Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to another live stream of Hearthstone. Today is Tuesday, August 1st, and we did all of the daily quests on the Americas account. We only really have 2 daily quests, oddly.
The world is growing cold.
This is our tease taunt for the Frostfall Festival. So, we need to get 5 victories with Priest or Warlock and cast 40 spells. I don't even know why I don't have a 3rd daily quest on the European account. And here's the deal. I have 845 gold. So what I need to do is come over here in One Night in Karazhan and just buy the next part. And that's what I kind of need to do with all my gold for the next 2 parts too, of One Night in Karazhan, and then I need to hold up and save about 35 gold. By buying One Night in Karazhan, I can do those quests off screen and afford things, which means I could continue to do arena runs, but if I'm gonna be spending the money very poorly in that case. The 100 gold I get will not counterbalance the 150 I spend for these arena runs. So I don't think I really want to do that. Instead, we need victories with Priest or Warlock. I suppose what we need to do then is we've got ranked on Wild. We don't need to be playing on Wild. We need to be playing on Standard. And then here we haven't unlocked all the Warlock cards or the Priest cards. So let's start with the Warlock and go. 5 victories at the lowest rank possible. We should also check to see if we even got the card back, because I don't think we did. I think you actually have to make it to rank 20, 22 maybe before they even give you the card back for that month, which means the newer players are once again very much punished and inconvenienced for not even being able to make it up to ranked play. Those card backs are impossible to get in any other way. You don't earn them through dust. You don't have any opportunity to get them again. There's no tavern brawl. I wouldn't be upset if there actually was a tavern brawl at some point that just said, look, do this tavern brawl and we'll give you 1 random card back you don't have. Like, it's not like the card backs are worth anything anyways though, so it's almost a empty gesture. It's just that aesthetic thing. And of course the worst thing they could do is have like a real money auction house where people are trading card backs. That would be awful. Deal 2 damage, restore 2 to your hero. Attack, draw, heal, end the turn. Now I do need to do spells, so before I lose the spell card, I want to play it.
Yes.
Let's see.
I'm not ready.
Do I have enough to defeat this guy? No. So we'll end the turn. See what they want to do. Now, I need to turn on my no deck mode on Hearthstone deck tracker. And we'll see how that works. Deal 3 damage or deal 3 damage. Yeah, I think this is the best we can do right now. That with that. And we get rid of that. And we don't really need to discard.
Crush! No! Smash!
In the turn. So if he kills this guy, it doesn't matter. I can play this and this, I think. Not in the same turn, though. So hopefully he doesn't kill that guy. Hopefully he's not running the numbers in his head. This really does just feel like a Sunday stream. Like, I'm still completely don't understand. Like, August 1st isn't a holiday, as far as I know. Not like any big holiday in the United States, or as far as I know in Europe. So, destroy that. And we've got to play one of these.
You're in trouble.
No! Smash!
And I started at about 1 p.m. It's 4 p.m. now. That's what I streamed last time. YouTube, it seems like they might have done a site-wide purge of fake accounts, because Captain Sparkles put out a video saying he got 10 million subscribers, and I look and see how many subscribers he had, and it wasn't quite 10 million. So yeah, that might affect something, but I don't know what it would really affect. We've got the flickering cursor going on. I just don't think this game renders the cursor at the right frequency, or something with OBS Studio. Let's see. Like, because we've tried this a couple times. Like force scaling, allow transparency, limit capture frame rate. Let's not limit capture frame rate. Capture cursor. Let's not capture cursor. And let's see what happens. See, now it's not capturing the cursor. And because it's not capturing the cursor, you don't see it at all. So that's not the right solution.
Ready to ride. Taste my steel.
And what's more? Do I want to kill this guy? I think I do. In return.
What does the future hold?
Now the cursor's back, and the flickering's back. Let's see.
Job's done.
In the turn.
Get behind me.
Quality high, sound in background, full screen. Yeah, as far as I can see in OBS, there's literally no, like, there's literally no option to stop the flickering. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know why it happens sometimes and not others. Let's see. Filters, add filter, and then render delay. This is the only thing I could think of.
Let the hunt begin.
Of maybe
Shall be mine.
a 1 millisecond delay. Let's see what that happens, what that does. Like, that should be unnoticeable by anybody, really, if there's just a 1 second delay. So, on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, that one guy was accused of stream sniping. Like, in any streaming software, you can implement a delay all you want. And in OBS Studio, you can implement a delay in the actual gameplay while still, at least in my setup, you could easily see the chat as fast as the chat in YouTube goes, or the chat as fast as Twitch goes. Should be no problem to see that as fast with as little delay as possible, while implementing massive amounts of delay in actual gameplay. It would just mean that you would read the chat and respond to it a little bit slower. And if you want no delay, then you would probably be doing a like a
Job's done.
Discord type thing and actually communicating over voice. Total Biscuit came out again and said, like, it was totally the player's fault. It's like either he implements a delay or he doesn't complain when people snipe him or whatever you want to call it. And I totally agree, honestly. Like, if you're gonna be a fan, you've got to be, if you're going to be a YouTuber or a streamer, you've got to be generous and kind to your audience. You don't treat them like dirt or accuse them of things. It's like working at a convenience store. Even if you think the person is shoplifting, you're not rude to them, just in case. Oh, and there was something else. What was it? I just thought of it too. Somebody's online. Yay. I wouldn't mind playing people online if they want to play me. It would certainly speed some things up. Well, this is gonna suck, but it's necessary.
Why do you call? Job's done.
I did have an idea. People were asking me to edit, and I think my better response to that in the future, after giving it, sleeping on it and thinking of it, is if people want me to edit clips out, I probably need a lot of community support. Like, I'm gonna push it right back on to people and say, if you want me to edit, then tell me where to edit. Like what is a good clip in the videos that you've seen? Put it either in the comments. Yeah, that's probably the best thing. It's just like put the time in the comments. Like, this is a lull section. This is a place where you could edit it down and really go and make a clip from it. Those are more general clips that I would use for like a highlight reel than the idea of editing an entire hour-long episode down into something more manageable. But those general highlight clips are kind of what you would eventually merge together over the course of, say, 30 hours of footage into a hour, maybe even less, just review style video. The major difference still is that when you see somebody talking over pre-recorded footage that's been heavily edited, they're also, what they're saying is heavily edited and pre-scripted, and that's just not where my skills have been implemented or I've tried to learn. Let's see.
Better to eat you with astounding.
Let's.
No.
Yes, and they were talking about last time about how my audio sounded better. Part of that might also be because I got a new chair. Arguably, it was a better chair than what I had, but arguably it's not that good of a chair. Let's see. Yeah, you wanna charge? You wanna play me in standard? Whoever this person is, sure. Why not? Let's play with random people because they might let me win, even though they don't know I'm streaming. Oh yes, the other thing is it Angry Joe? It's not the Angry Video Game nerd. It's Angry Joe. It has taken a vacation for, I think, a month now, and he came on and said, hey, I've gotten addicted to it, so I'm going to take another month and a half off, and people are not happy about that. And in general, this is a struggle, I suppose, for any YouTuber that's their own boss, or any streamer that's their own boss, is he's promised things, he said schedules. I try to be very honest and very accurate when I say, like, between insomnia and just incompetence on my part, I can't really guarantee anything will come out. I try to maintain the weekdays videos to come out at the same time, but sometimes on rare occasions I do schedule it to air at the wrong time, and I am on the verge of completely just dropping the ball on that completely and having a time slot not filled in, or all the time slots not filled in, potentially. Because I've overpromised personally. Having 5 shows air every weekday is ridiculous. But I don't think I'd ever come out directly and say, I'm addicted, and I'm planning to not make any more content for a month and a half. How it would almost certainly go in my case is I would just go quiet, like potentially go get a job somewhere else and just not upload anything. Or maybe if I got a free second, I'd make a short video explaining that like I got this job for whatever reason, and because of that, it no consistent footage is going to come out, or no footage at all is going to come out.
An incredible discovery.
But I always personally feel like my personality would say I'm going to aspire to do things. I'm going to try. I'm not going to, from the get-go, say, why challenge me? What's the answer to put here? Why not? I'm streaming on YouTube and trying to get the daily quests done. Wins and spells.
So many possibilities.
And see, he shouldn't have been able to text me at all. Alright, he said. He shouldn't be able to comment on me at all because I'm busy, but it seems like busy only works on the Americas account. Link. Question mark? Alright. Let's see. It's youtube.com/c/rydo_ofs_all.
So many
Too many alls.
possibilities.
Let's see. Spell. Heal. Discard. End the turn. Probably should have a hotkey to type in that. So he canceled the challenge, fine enough. So he, more than likely, he's one of the people that friended me at random and didn't intend to follow me from my YouTube channel, which is slightly problematic. I guess slightly dangerous to just friend random people. He could have certainly gotten on the chat there and spewed a bunch of offensive comments, but I imagine Blizzard and Battle.net might catch him if he did something like that. And it worked out good if he actually goes and subscribes or starts watching. want to build my European base as much as I want to build any other country's base. That, like, there really is nothing special or unique about having fans from Europe versus having fans from the United States, as far as YouTube tells me. I'm not sure if that's really true, and I'm not sure YouTube even knows it's true, because they have their recommendation algorithm is this crazy black box of things. It is very possible that people, if I have a lot of European fans, people in Europe will get recommended my videos more, which is fine. At the end of the day, when running a YouTube channel, all you can really do is say, I want more. I just want more. More fans, more content, more comments, more time spent watching my video from the fans, more dislikes, more likes. There's literally nothing in the system that seems like it's a bad thing. So I've never, of all the controversies, of all the claims that YouTube is de-emphasizing, demonetizing, de-recommending videos, I've never heard one that said it was because this video had too many dislikes. If that was true, things specifically like the Ghostbusters reboot video would have not been seen after a very short period. The YouTube Heroes video made by YouTube, it would have not gotten any views after a while, if dislikes really counted as something. I found the guy who's the main guy in charge of YouTube gaming on Twitter, and I followed him, so maybe I'll get some tips and tricks from him, or maybe I'll even confuse him enough that he'll think that we're friends and he'll start recommending my channel or something. I got that little survey again. How happy are you with streaming games on YouTube? And I'm like, a little less than average this time, you know. It's alright, but there's nothing really helping you either. And there's some features on Twitch, and we've got that new Mixler service out there that's offering new features too. I'm still not in the beta of the YouTube thing. They're never gonna let me in that at this rate, or it will be. They'll let me into the new features right after they let everybody else into the features. They've made it really, really hard for new streamers on YouTube, and because they made it hard for new streamers, there's gonna be this decay that happens as people like Angry Joe stop making content, and then the new people can't come in to replace them. And that's really not a fair system that they've got set up. I hope that was the right link. That should be the link to my channel.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Let's see, let's play this. And then deal 3 damage. Heal. And play this.
Job's done.
Getting victories is going to be long and difficult. Probably should move over to the Asian account, honestly. damage. Why am I not playing that?
You're in trouble.
Job's done.
I'm about to lose again. Oh well. With this level 3 warlock, chances were low. Let's see. And I wanted to see here if we even got the card back, and we didn't. We did not get the new card back. Where is it actually? See, it's way unfair here to offer these things only once. Honestly, it should be like once around a year. You go, if you, there's one for January, there's one for February, there's one for let's see, some of these I think are all special promotions, so I can't even, like, this is the monthly one and all these others are special promotions. Alright, what are we on this arena? Let's do an arena run anyways, just because we're stupid. Priest
I won't let you down.
will get us, I think, what we needed to do, right? And we'll have our Hearth arena, do another arena run, and after we stop getting these free arena runs with the extra victories for the arena runs, we'll I'll start saving up money for the solo expansions. It's just better on these early accounts particularly to play cards you don't own, so arena is what you should play first, and it will get you packs to eventually unlock those cards. And theoretically, instead of buying packs, you should do arena runs. So on my America's account that has enough for 100 card packs, it would kind of make sense to just do like the equivalent arena runs. But that would take forever, and that would make a boring, that wouldn't be a very good way to do a card pack video, because it would take me weeks and months to have 50 cards to do a card pack video, and that's not where the excitement will be in the new expansion. The excitement will be as soon as you start playing, they want to see you do a 50 card pack video, and also have those cards quickly so you can start playing the new decks that you're gonna have to build. And it looks like in the new expansion that it is gonna be pretty interesting. There's a decent amount of spells we're getting, so this should get our daily quest done. There seems to be a high emphasis on elementals right now. I don't know if that's the arena doing that, or if that is the Hearth Arena app emphasizing elementals. I'm noticing this seems like a very high rank deck. A lot of synergy seems to be going on here. Let's go. 12-0. 12-0. That's what we're shooting for. Well, in all honesty, I guess we're looking for a 4-3 minimum. Anywhere between a 4-3 and a 12-0. would be
You
nice.
asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
I'm gonna have to look at some of these spells myself. Gain control of an enemy minion with 2 or less attack until the end of the turn. I don't see a reason to do that early on in the game. Whenever a minion dies.
Job done.
So now if I could gain control of something with 2 or less attack and have this on the field, I could kill it against a different enemy. Deal 2 damage to this minion. Taunt discover another minion.
Out of my jungle!
Which one do I want? Copy the attack and health of a minion. I'm gonna take that one in the turn. Let's go ahead and play this. And in the turn, see what he wants to do. Let's try. Can we do anything else? Let's hold on to that one then. Copy a friendly minion's attack and health. Start of your turn, do 2 damage to this. Steal a card.
My echoes are
Interesting.
eternal.
Let's see. 2, 4.
Put the apple on your head.
Tortola, preserve us!
And kill.
I go unseen.
Spend all your mana, deal that much damage to a minion. Interesting. We'll hold on to that. 3, 4 next turn. And that'll give me a 3/7 with taunt, which isn't too bad.
Power consumes me.
4. Attack with 2 or less until the end of the turn. That wouldn't work for either one of those.
Out of my jungle.
If I take control of this and then spend the rest of my mana on this, it kills him.
Mine! Oh, mine!
So here, and I don't need as much damage as I needed before, so if I do this,
Go away.
that, clear the board. Add a random potion to my hand. That's probably not a terrible move. This guy's gonna die on my turn.
I wonder.
I wish there was a mechanic that used that where it's like, if for every enemy that died on your turn, gain +1/+1 health or something. Spend all your mana, summon a random minion that costs that much. Not right now.
The power.
-3 attack this turn only.
Power consumes me.
End the turn. Let's see what happens here. Mirror image. Really? That was the one I get for 9 mana? Darn it.
Whoops.
Kofi's online saying hi. Hi, Kofi. First person on the chat. Let's see, it's 4:41 too.
Are you ready for this?
So maybe I should start streaming a little bit later. And I don't think so though. I'm already dragging people. It's all already pretty consistently an issue of people saying that they have to go to sleep now. So
Someone call for the doctor.
it would be ridiculous for me to start later. And who do we want to kill? This one. Alexis comes on. It's been 3 days already? Question mark? I believe so. Yep. I had 3 daily quests on the Americas account. Oddly, I don't have 3 daily quests on the European account that I'm playing on right now, but I imagine that's probably because I took too long to get it done.
I wonder.
There's a decent chance that either tomorrow or the next day the new expansion comes out too, so I may be back tomorrow or the next day. I thought the new expansion might come out today, and it didn't, which was kind of a shame. It would have been a good day to do the new expansion. It also might be that the new expansion doesn't come out for a week or two, or longer. I really have no clue. Alright. I guess I have to do this and this. And see, it's weird. It's like by getting one person to view, it suddenly another person gets on the chat, and then suddenly more people get on the chat. I think there is pretty much a major snowball effect that happens on every live stream. That I guess that's why you would potentially want to be better. Kofi, yes, we can as soon as I'm done with this arena run, because it would be kind of silly to not finish the arena run, but absolutely, that's what I'm doing right now, is trying to get the daily quests for arena for the European accounts done. How can I get a win here? Adapt. Wind Fury, Divine Shield, +3 attack, Divine Shield, heal, and kill this guy. Yeah, if I could promise specific times and had a lot of fans following me, like on Twitter, because I don't even tweet out, I don't like Facebook message or anything out to people that I'm about to stream. The indication that I'm live is YouTube saying I'm live, if it decides to say that I'm live, which often it sometimes doesn't. And that's kind of it. So, if I acted as a cheerleader for myself a little bit more, I could probably get more people to be there at the very beginning. And potentially have a better experience at the very beginning, because there's more people hyped than it. I don't know. That's probably one of those things that if I had a secretary, I would have them do, is make sure that. Oh, darn it! Counter spell. Darn counter spell.
Right away.
Might as well do as much damage as I can to the face to get more levels, more experience. Well, that's one defeat. And 2 more to go. More Hearthstone. More Hearthstone to play. That's funny that this lost, because it seemed like Hearth Arena was implying to me that this was going to be a very, very good good deck. Very successful. Alexa says, time flies. I feel like you were streaming yesterday. Yeah, that certainly happens. That most definitely happens. Oh, yeah. I added a delay in the rendering to see if that fixed the flickering of the cursor. So if anybody sees the cursor flicker, let me know. I think that might have actually fixed it. So there's a 1 millisecond delay between what I see and what you see, which is a ridiculously small amount of delay, and there's probably closer to 50 milliseconds of delay in the game in general, just via the internet. Let's see, charge. Attack. In the turn.
Job's done.
See, I'm not seeing that flicker now. I may have fixed it, or maybe I didn't. Why there would need to be a rendering delay, I don't know. It really makes no sense, but whatever. If I was playing like a first-person shooter and I wanted to add more delay so people couldn't cheat against me, I don't think I'd even bother to do that, honestly. Let's see. This and poisonous. I will take that. I will also take this and do this. And let's see. If I do this and this, he'll kill himself in the next turn.
Right away.
And in the turn. Yep, time certainly flies fast for me too. I finally figured out how to make my text on the chat larger. Also, so that's nice. Plus 3 health. Add a random potion. Taunt. Give a random friendly minion +1/+1. Let's do that.
Preserve us. Right away.
And he does heal and that's inherently my problem. Is every day I'm a day older and I don't feel like I've done as much as I would have liked to have done. I try not to beat myself up too much about it, but it certainly is something I think about.
You wish to live forever.
Let's see.
Shells up. Right away.
It'll take both of these guys to kill this one taunt character. I can't play this next turn. Can play this though. And we've got a couple others that we haven't moved to. Alexa says, yeah, I feel like it was yesterday I met Gary. Who's Gary? There's nobody here by that name. That was all a dream. For those not in the know, Gary was the name Alexis gave to the fidget spinner animated GIF I had on there. Yeah, I really blew that whole recording because I was uploading the whole time. Like I have thought about just uploading the original recording so people don't have to watch it with all that delay, but yeah, I'll just release that as a numbered episode later on. I wish YouTube would allow me just to upload the recorded version of files in place of the streamed version, and the reason they don't allow that is because of bait and switch technology, bait and switch techniques where you could live stream, say, something really interesting that's not allowed by the community standards, say like porn, and then you could upload a video that was completely different and keep all those views, and so YouTube doesn't allow you to replace your videos. Destroy a minion in one of your mana crystals. If I play this and this, I'll get taunt.
I wonder.
Come on, make your decision. This is boring and slow. At your start of your turn, reduce this card's cost by 1. Okay.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
What missions am I doing? I need victories and I need spells. With victories with the priest and warlock, I believe, and spells of any kind. And this is the European account, and then we're gonna play Kofi, and then we'll move over to the Asia account, and we'll probably just be done. This.
On your head.
This. And that one.
For the
Let's see.
Alliance!
If I kill this one, should I attack? I'm gonna do this and hope that's the right move. We're kind of at a balance here. 3 cards in the hand to 2 cards in the hand, 3 minions to 3 minions. 24 health to 30 health. I suppose maybe I have a slight advantage, maybe not. Let's see. Do I want to play this? 50-50 shot. Got it. There we go. Now I'm probably at a slight disadvantage, but maybe not. Just depends on what these 3 cards are and what he can do with them. Should I kill this guy as he is? Or should I attack the face? Alexa says I'm winning so far.
You dare challenge the daughter of Heaven?
Out of my jungle!
Can't attack heroes this turn. Can attack heroes the second turn though. So this will be 0 in 3 turns, if that's helpful.
I wonder.
I don't feel like I played this card with any real strategy. We have to do this, and then this, put this here, and then this, and then this, I suppose, and we'll just attack there. It's not too bad. Of course, if he plays something that steals one of these characters, that would kind of suck. Particularly these two. +2, +6. There we go. I might have it here, which would be good because I don't want a 3 loss immediately.
Yes, me and Mr. Bite. Gadgets and Gazette always gets the scoop.
Attack the face, I suppose. I think we're good. I don't think there's anything they can do.
Say hello to my little friend.
It is finished. You win.
There we go. Nice. Why did I get the new... See, just now I'm getting the daily quest. Let's see. Let's go back and see if we can trade these out before we move forward. Nope. So I also need to play 30 hunter class cards at some point too. See, that's what's weird, is different times you get different quests. It's 5 p.m. Central Time in the United States. That's like... So... Is that noon somewhere in the middle of Europe? No, it's the other way around. It should be like 10 p.m. in the middle of Europe. So why do they give out the daily quests in the evening in Europe and at like 6 in the morning in the United States? And why don't they do it at the exact same time? I shouldn't have done that. I should have waited. Maybe I can play this early and get it to power up. Maybe I can get really, really lucky.
Put this apple on your head.
Maybe this will work. Last arena run I did in the Americas account was a 5 victory. If I could do better than a 5 victory, that would be nice. I think 7 victory is the highest we've ever gotten. I'd like to break that. Recommended. Kofi says it's 11 p.m. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, I don't know why the European account gets their daily quests at nearly midnight, where the United States people get it early in the morning, practically the day before, almost 12 hours early. So how do we want to play this? Do we want to do this? I think I want to do this first. Alexis says it's 6 p.m. for me. Well, I bet Alexis is not in Europe then. He should be somewhere on the East Coast, I would say. Adapt. Poisonous. Heal. This guy. No, I'm just gonna end the turn. Well, I mean, I could kill this guy actually. Alexis, do I see the mouse flickering? Yes, I do. Okay. Thanks for keeping an eye out for it. It's not a problem, though. Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any way I can fix it. So...
I must consider.
Like, I turned up the delay, and it seems like that only makes it worse. Doesn't it? Let's just crank up this rendering delay to ridiculous proportions. It's just flickering worse.
What now?
Wait a minute, did that fix it? Is that really what needs to happen as a rendering delay?
Gadgets and Gazette always gets the scoop.
If I can save one turn here, which I might be able to do, I can play a couple taunts. Well, I don't see the flickering anymore, so everybody keep an eye out. It's funny watching you to try to fix it, but it only gets worse. Yep.
Out of my jungle.
This is the stuff you don't see behind the scenes. Let's see, do I want +2 enemy minions or another taunt, discover a taunt, or deal 2 damage? Let's see. This one I can't use actually.
You call that a weapon?
And then the turn. Well, even if I make something worse, as long as I'm only changing one setting, then I could potentially, in this case, at least know what the potential fix might be. Is to reduce the rendering delay. But I don't know if I can actually do that. Darn it. They're both immune. So I can't do anything to them.
What we do.
Destroy a minion with 5 or more attack. I can't do it to him. I can't do it to him. I could only destroy my own guy. Let's do this. And do this. See, that's one of the things about computers and being in IT too, is that a lot of times you are just trying things, and a lot of times you will just make it worse. That's part of the learning process, and that doesn't really fly well when you have a boss or when you're working on somebody's computer, and they're watching you and they can see, wait a minute, you're doing the exact opposite of what I want. They very often will just get upset and complain.
I want answers.
It's also part of the reason why there is so much IT is people don't want to experiment. So So as soon as they start making something worse, they get scared and give up.
My echoes are eternal.
Let's see this. And we'll just end the turn here. Now that I have the rendering delay really long, though, like, it's possible that people will see other issues and that they'll type in the chat. Most noticeably, they'll type in the chat, and the chat will update faster than the gameplay. But that's probably not that noticeable either. Let's see. Copy a card from your opponent's deck and put it to your hand. I will go for that. Give a random minion.
What? They fell off the truck.
Random minion in your hand, +1/+1. 6/6.
Job's done.
We'll go all out. See, I imagine the flicker is because I'm recording at 60 frames per second, and Unity, which is what Hearthstone is built on, is not running at 60 frames per second. There might be some kind of command line extra switch I could do to make it run at 60 frames per second, which would be the better solution than slowing down my recording. Because it's not like Hearthstone or Unity are inherently that difficult to render. You say I've won this? I don't know how you figure that. Let's see. If I play this here, this here, this here, we're kind of in a decent place.
This document looks legally binding.
Faceless Destroyer, 5/5. Spend all your mana and summon a random minion that costs that much.
The dragons shall kneel before me.
Yeah, I've only had some dragons in my hand. I don't even think I have any dragons in my deck. Oh, I do have Onyxia, so if I draw Onyxia before they kill this guy, that might be kind of cool.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Oh well, we try. It's still better to do an arena run with a new account than it is to play the default things. That's strike 2. Lexa says, oh wait, never mind. We played a hunter class card somehow. So I could play spells. Hi Mahmood. I could get hunter class spells and get the 2 daily quests there done. The only thing that I'm really struggling with here is getting victories between the warlock and the priest.
Let the hunt begin.
The light shall bring victory.
I don't think we need this one too much, and I'm not sure we need that one too much. I think I misinterpreted what Hearth Arena was telling me, because these cards aren't the best ever, and that's kind of what I felt like they were.
I see you.
Summon a 1-cost minion, or do this and that.
Forget to tip your torrent.
So if you're playing as Rogue and you equip a weapon and you're frozen, I think at the end of the turn you should, I think you should be unfrozen. Should I play this epic spell for 1 mana? No, I don't think so. Alexa says, okay, you're gonna win this one. I think Alexis comes from the Believe It school of reality. Like Naruto. One day I'm gonna be Hokkaido. Believe it.
I wonder.
He's positive, whereas I'm more of a negative realist.
Is someone injured?
Let's keep drawing these cards. Oh, nope, that doesn't draw a card, does it? No. I should know what this card does. This card's been around forever. What was that smiley face Alexis used?
Scuttle the ship!
No, I can't. Can't see it on the monitor. And I got the text bigger, but the little emojis still. Oh, it's a thumbs up. Ah. Boy, it doesn't render that very well on the YouTube chat. Let's see.
Tortola, preserve us!
For the king!
Alexa says lol. It's a thumbs up lol. Yeah, it looks like just a big yellow, kind of like a pear. Maybe my new monitor needs to have the brightness turned down a little bit. And I probably should spend some time on that at some point.
Power consumes me.
Let's see. Menu.
Ash to ash.
Picture. Backlight. Brightness. Contrast. Yeah, its contrast is way too high on the monitor. That's the problem.
I must consider.
Out of my jungle. ancestors watch over me.
It's end of turn. Alexa says, next game, can you focus on the face? That works for me. I mostly do. It's never as something as simple as that, though. It's always specifically maybe I need to turn the sharpness up too. Maybe that would make it easier to watch. No, that does not look good. I'm playing with my second monitor setup
Gadgets and
instead of
Gazette
playing the
always
game.
gets the scoop.
You wish to live forever.
That's a lot better. Okay, that looks a lot better. I can tell it's a thumbs up now. So stop fiddling with the TV settings.
For the king!
The teeth I have.
Just spend all your mana and summon an 8. Copy a card from your opponent's deck and add it to your hand.
My echoes are eternal.
I'm just gonna play this right now.
Tortola, preserve us!
Interesting.
Your soul.
So I can take this guy out. Let's do this first. And then this. And then we can just get rid of that one completely. And
I go unseen.
let's attack the face.
Unseen.
I think Alexis is right on that one in that case. Next turn maybe we take this out and he can't do anything. Emoji testing, let's see. There's a smiley face, there's the scream, there's a smiley face with the teeth, there's a thumbs up, there's a slide eye frowny face, there's a smiley face with hearts, there's a smiley face with the mouth open, and there's a thumbs up again. Is it the same thumbs up for, let's see, thumbs up, thumbs up. Can you see them clearly? Yes, I can see them a lot better now. I had the monitor blown out and really bright. I like my monitor pretty bright anyways, particularly when you're playing video games, because there's just some sections that are often completely dark. But when you're looking at a chat with a white background on a computer, that's too bright. I have a calibration Blu-ray thing that I just need to plug my Blu-ray player into the TV and actually calibrate the monitor to the right settings. But I haven't done it there. I was actually watching a video talking about how you adjust settings, and they were talking about how gamma is a setting that either expands the range or shortens the range from going from a pure black to a pure white. So if you wanted more of a HDR feel, like a cheaty HDR, you can turn up the gamma on your monitor, whereas in general I would probably tell people never to do that. Let's get rid of that guy.
Hellish.
Let's see. I need to get rid of this guy, actually. I kind of love that they've gone to emojis and GIFs. Like, I've noticed in the past 4 or 5 years that it's kind of easier to express yourself if you can just go to Google and find a GIF instead of trying to write an entire sentence. I think personally, I think more pictorial than verbal. But
It's time for a little.
there is inherent flaws of trying to communicate through emojis, since emojis look different on different platforms and they interpret slightly differently or don't interpret at all to a lot of people. Almost everybody knows the ABCs. Nobody knows all of the emojis by heart. Well, that was my 3rd loss, but oh well. It's better to do this now while we're getting that free win than to do this later. Although in this case it might have been better not to do it at all. It gives me a card pack though, and it gives me a card which is a gold card. What is it called? Grizzly Bite? I have to type that in. Grizzly Bite. Save. Done. Focus more on the face this game, says Alexis. I will, if the person that wants to play me will let me. Because that's what we're doing now. So I need 3 victories with Warlock and Priest and 12 spells. Who was it that wanted to play me? Is it this guy? Send me their friend request. We can go back in the chat. I think it was Kofi that... Kofi, send me a friend request if you're still there. Or Mahmood. First come, first serve. Well, while we're here, it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to make Hunter card deck while we're waiting. Hunter deck, custom deck with Hunter cards. That's a basic gold card. I thought it might be able to disenchant. There we go. Let's see what my priest is at here. Well, we just played priest. Probably should have gone back to warlock. And see, I have 155 gold right now. I need to go back in the arena and buy the arena run. That's going to put me right down to 5. But I assume the Frostfall Festival is not too far from ending. So, once that's done, there's no reason to continue to do arena runs on the European and Asian accounts. Not until there's some other festival that gives you free victories or free entries to enter the arena runs. How's this deck? It's a very basic standard deck, I imagine. I should have broken up the episodes too. Well, screwed that up. Let's start with this. End the turn. So, being a priest deck, playing spells will be helpful. I think I needed 12 spells, and that was 1.
Someday I'll be just like you.
What you want?
The one thing that if this was a real game in the real world versus being a computer game, the one thing we could have is more of speed runs.
Time for killing.
Like, just having the players play as fast as possible does not work on online because you have that added delay. But if there were real cards, people just go real fast. That being said, I don't think it's very popular to play things like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon, the card game, as speed games anyways, because then you end up tearing and bending the cards, which that is part of the problem of real world collectible card games. They're collectible, sort of, so you feel like they have this value, and then they're also a game, and most games shouldn't have too much of a value in them. What happens if you tap the owl? What owl? Where's the owl? Is there an owl in there? This is a griffin. I think you can pull his tail or something. He'll eventually look up.
What you want? Time for killing.
Right away.
Job's done.
Drink the power.
I didn't know I could get the bell to ring. Interesting. That one's a new one to me.
Right away.
Time for killing.
I'm wasting time here, sorry. So I have to kill something now. Play a poisonous taunt. Let's do
One shot.
this. As long as I have taunt, I attack the face.
Time for killing.
Well, I am trying to establish just good strategy
Right away.
though. So like the game's just not that simple. Sometimes you want to go for board control and eliminate the opponent. Sometimes you just want to do damage. And clearly I don't have a full grasp on it. Like, I don't understand, is this a good time for board control, or is it alright to leave some minions on the field? In general speaking, yes, if I have one taunt thing and they have no taunt things, I would just attack the face constantly.
Tazdingo! Yeah.
So here's an issue. Do I kill this guy? Or do I maintain?
Right away.
Like, here's a great example. Do I sacrifice 3 to get rid of 1 taunt?
Tazdingo! Yeah.
And then he just puts another taunt up. Let's see. Do this. This.
Jama!
Here's a great card, like, he only gets powerful if you attack minions. So if he always attacked the face, he'd only be doing 2 damage. Whereas if he attacks this guy next turn, he'll be 5, 7. Let's see. I guess we'll play this. And how do we want this to go? This way. Build this. Attack that. Attack here. See if that triggers anything. It doesn't. Good.
Class.
He's only got a couple of cards. If they were both spells, they would work pretty well.
I am ready to learn.
We've got a new person online. He's saying hello, hello. I couldn't pronounce their name. He's from Russia. I think it's RUSSHA. So hopefully that's what that means. Attack the face in return.
I bring life and
Yep, and that's what I figured. You keep it to English, please. I was just sitting here going, yeah, he's gonna post 2 things in English, or at least attempt in English, and then he's gonna post something in Russian. Keep it in English, or I'm going to have to block you. see. Let's go ahead and go with the Warlock. Is Destroyer gonna play, or is he giving up? Alexis asks, do you speak English in capitals? Well, to really get down to the core of it, I don't care if they speak English or not. If they're willing to go translate it in Google Translate to English and they're typing in Russian, that's fine. But as far as what's in the comments needs to be English. Whether they can read, write, or type English or not. Until YouTube fixes its own chat system and just auto-translate it, like a good chat system should be able to. And it's... I guess Destroyer doesn't want to play again. I'll give it 5 more seconds and then I'm going to give up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's not that I don't want non-English speakers watching my videos or anything. It's simply a case of I just don't know what you're typing, and I can't allow things. Alexis says I'm gonna translate what he said. Okay, if you want to do that, but I don't know if that would be alright or not. I hadn't thought of that. If somebody else wants to sit there and translate for him as a translator bot, that might work. Of course, there's an opportunity for... Finish that automatically for me. For mistranslations. I didn't finish building that one. This must be the custom hunter I did finish building. Inherently, the rules are still right here. It says English only, so the first instance you're already breaking the rules. Like, and if you can't read the rules at all to follow them, then you can't read the rules to follow any of the other ones. Or if you can't follow the rules even though you can read them, then you're not welcome in the chat either, so... I'm trying to be as fair as possible, but it still comes off as pretty strict. Now I'm working on the daily quest of just playing Warlock cards, so I don't actually need to win, but I am playing ranked, so I might as well try to win. Why did I start another game? I should have broken up the episodes. I keep forgetting. I need my timer on my second monitor too. But maybe have a third monitor at that rate.
Job's done.
We've got a new guy named Skinny Vinny saying yo-yo. I assume that's hello? So I'll say hello back, I guess. Hello. And see, we're probably approaching 2/3 of the way done for today's stream, and it's only this long because I'm stretching it out, and just now the chat is starting to get kind of busy. Yeah, it's hello in Roadman. Roadman? What's Roadman? Is that a country or a language? Or a slang? Let's see, changed minion health to 1. Deal 3 damage to 2 random things. Track. And we'll take this. Alexis says cool. Is that what it translated to? It's more argument for the universal emoji language, where just everything is emoji. Yo-yo is slang for hello, says Alexis. That's a new one to me. Netflix announced its new videos for August. And Alexa says, and it didn't translate to anything. Okay. So.
We're gonna be rich.
So, some kind of code or something, I don't know. Mahmoud said that means hello. Mahmoud being in Russia, yeah, he's probably a better translator than Google Translate. Do I want my beats to cost 2 more? Let's do this. Oops, forgot to attack there. You probably, in some of the translators, you probably have to type it in backwards. Because I think Russian is right to left. Maybe I'm wrong. His name is Dima. Says Mohammed. Interesting. Dima. Oh, yeah, I could see that. If some of those symbols make sense.
Come midnight.
Let's see. Think I can win here. It may be a little premature to call it, but I think I might have a victory on this one. Skinny Vinny says, unless he has a big board wipe, you're definitely gonna win this game. Mahmoud said I can help you with your quest. Great, let's do that after this game. I do need to break up the recordings though before. That'll just take a second. Alexa says it does mean hello. So we got two people confirming that it meant hello, which, okay, nice. I suppose. I'm gonna end this recording. Stay tuned if you're watching live, though. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to another live stream of Hearthstone. Today is Tuesday, August 1st, and we're going to play Mahmoud here, trying to get our daily quests done of Hunter cards. Well, actually I need Priest and Warlock victories more than I need to get the Hunter cards done, because I can pretty much get that done even without somebody playing me. It's the victories that are really, really tough on a brand new account. So back to Warlock, I think we'll try. I also need to buy a new arena run for this account and try to get the Asian account gold done for the moment. Eventually I am gonna fall out of favor with the Asian account, I think, more than any of the others, because there's just only one person that's friended me on the Asian account, and they did it as their secondary account. I have gone full circle in 3 days from challenge a friend to no, I had to trade out to challenge a friend because I didn't have anybody to challenge, to something different, back to challenge a friend on the Asian account. So it's a comedy of errors, which means there's only really 2 daily quests I can even do on that. I do want to get the gold. I do want to unlock One Night in Karazhan. I would like to have 3,500 gold on the European and Asia account. But after that point, I think, after I have 3,500 gold, I think the European account is going to be by request only. People are going to have to ask me to ask if they want to play me or not. Because the goals are just different. I'm never going to have a complete collection on the European account. I'm never going to have a complete collection on the Asian account. So it's only there. Alexis asks, what quest are you doing now? I'm trying to do spells and wins. Spells and wins.
As you command.
Is this guy add a random mage spell to your hand? I think I need just a couple more spells. Let's see. Draw, heal, end of turn. I wanted to use the Warlock draw ability as much as possible so I can get as many spells as possible.
Let's make magic.
So. And try to play as fast as possible.
Take heart. The Earth Mother is here.
3 damage to all characters. And we'll throw that out there. Adapt and adapt. Wind Fury, that's not a good one. And then the Death Rattle too.
All upon us.
Don't discard this one. There we go. Seriously, I feel like Red Phoenix and I were singing yesterday.
So kind of you to join me.
Nope, that was technically 3 days, maybe a little less than 3 days ago. Accounting for a couple of hours, we did go pretty late. I'm glad you enjoyed it, certainly. I'm glad neither one of your accounts got banned for spamming too. I was getting a little afraid when it's saying take a break, you're posting too much. I was like, uh-oh, are my fans gonna get their accounts terminated and then I lose subscription because of that? Draw. Spell. Play.
As the master
Attack.
wishes.
I wonder if Twitch stops people from posting too much. It probably does. I would imagine every chat system has some kind of limiter there, so you can't. One person can't just flood the whole conversation. Now the right move would be to get rid of this guy. What happened to Red Phoenix? Oh no. Oh, I'm sure nothing happened to him. I'm sure he's fine. He's just not online right now. And as I grow more and more fans, like, that'll just happen more and more often, is that people will show up for every 5th or 6th live stream, but they'll miss a couple in the middle. And to be all completely fair, like, it's not like Hearthstone is the most engaging game ever. A lot of people that watch me have already played hours and hours of Hearthstone, so I could easily see people just saying, "Nah, I don't want to watch anymore. Or, I don't want to play anymore Hearthstone for a while." 4 damage to a minion. Let's see, how many more cards do I have? I have 1 drain life, so I'm gonna hope for drain life, otherwise I'm gonna go ahead and take the victory if I can. Just crossing my fingers for that. This is a decent chance. Alright, draw the card. It wasn't drain life. Play this. See what happens here. It seems to only flicker when I'm on top of a card. Interesting. So, oddly, the thing seems to work. So that's 100 milliseconds of render delay. And we'll see if that fixes it. No, that made it worse.
So many possibilities.
So now I've got all the spells, so now it's just quick victories that I'm shooting for. 2 more quick victories. Yeah, so I turned it up to 100 and it just made it worse. It's something weird. I'm gonna have to look it up.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
See if I can search it while I'm playing, which is a terrible thing to do. Let's see, Hearthstone 60 FPS.
Job's done.
Let's see, it says if you go to see users, your user here, app data, local Blizzard Hearthstone, open the options.txt. Target frame rate 144 equals the number desired. So change that 144, which is too high of a frame rate for 60 frames per second. Alexis asks, am I an engineer?
Job's done.
I'm a little bit of everything, I suppose. Ooh, we can even see the FPS. So if I get stuck in a gameplay for a second, I could probably see if I can pull that up on the computer and change it as it's happening. So if I go in here and mess with the frame rate and turn off the VSync, that will work. But I need to pay attention to playing the game. Am I an engineer? When I engineer something, I'm an engineer. Does anybody pay me to be an engineer? No. But I would certainly say everybody's an engineer at heart. If you've ever built or done anything at all, you're an engineer. You may not be a very good one.
I wonder.
Let's see. Charge again. Attack. 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 play in the turn. Trying to get back to the chat. Did I browse away from the chat? No, I didn't. Did I? That can't be true. Yeah, there it is. The mouse flickering doesn't matter. Smiley face. Ah, but it matters to me.
So many possibilities.
Taste my steel!
You gotta get those quick victories. Yep, you're right. You're right. I gotta get those quick victories. Yeah. I'm easily distracted. Plus, also, this is the only time I'm gonna even bother to work to fix any of that stuff is when people are bringing it up on live. So it is kind of also
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
a time-saving metric I'm trying to do. Let's see, get rid of that and that and there. Of a sort, I'm trying to save time later. I like to do things now or never, pretty much. I guess I don't need to draw cards, I can just attack.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Deal 4 damage to a minion, deal 2 damage. Heal 2 damage, attack. End the turn. Did they just fireball themselves? Potentially. Like, Mahmoud is trying to help me get these quick victories. I wasn't paying enough attention.
I'm ready. I'm not
As the
ready.
master wishes.
I guess I have to type in those options because they're not in there by default.
Crush. No, smash.
As the master wishes.
I really would like to get any bugs or flickering done before the new expansion. Like, it doesn't make the greatest content to play, do card pack openings and such with flickering mice. And I see that other people don't have this problem, so somebody has solved it somewhere. Now all I need to do is play hunter cards.
Rexa versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
So this shouldn't be too bad.
Begin.
course, if I play tracking, I kind of have to hold on to tracking till the very end. Alexa says, I've heard fidget spinners help you concentrate. Nope. I haven't heard anything about that. If anything, I assume fidget spinners hurt your concentration. I mean, which is worse, mouse flickering or uploading videos? For you, it's probably uploading videos, but for me, it's mouse flickering, because one of which is completely fixable, and the other is seemingly not as easily fixable. Yeah, there's literally no excuse for me uploading videos and causing lag. That's just complete stupidity on my part. Like, it probably comes from a lack of a standard setup procedure before I stream. Yeah, because if I had learned and trained myself to always make sure I wasn't uploading, I wouldn't have caused that issue. Going for the cheapest card I can have. Play this.
Job's done.
On the turn. I haven't even asked Mahmood yet if he has any daily quests I need to help him with. I imagine he hasn't. He's got them all done already. But I should ask every time. Did I get the quick victories, asks Alexis? Yes, I did. So now I'm just playing hunter cards, and if I get victory, then it will level up my character, which is nice, but not necessary, really.
I'm not lonely anymore.
Let's see, this. This.
Job's done.
Yeah, Mahmood was very helpful. He fireballed himself in the face at least once, if not twice, to lower his own health. This in the turn. It is a mixed bag. Some people really know what to do and they're very helpful. Some people just want to play me and they don't particularly help as much, but whatever. Like, if a fan wants to play me and defeat me, fine. Yeah. 2 damage and 1 to the adjacent ones. What is this? Whenever you summon the beast, draw a card. Actually, that's not a bad idea. So if I play both of these, I can draw more cards. I only have 10 cards left anyway, so 5 more beasts. This should be 2 cards. Mahmoud says thank you, but I don't have any quests. That's what I figured. Just going to play that one there, that one there. Just get his health a little bit lower in case I have to struggle. Still, let's see, multi-shot. I should leave 2 minions.
Come, midnight.
I'm almost out of cards.
And I'm out of cards. Let's see. Not quite yet. One more card. But I need him to play 2 minions if he can do that. Otherwise I don't know how to win. Play a couple minions. Play like 3 minions. Or flame strike me. That works too. Now I should play this.
You want to cast a spell?
There you
I
go.
want to cast a spell.
Now I can do multi-shot.
Pain, speak to me.
So, was that enough? Or do I need to play one more game? I'm almost up to rank 20 on this guy too, so that's good. Alright, good. So we're done with the daily quests here. Lexus. Yeah, I finally saw what happens when you run out of cards. Yeah, that's what happens. 1 second break here before I load into the Asian account. Let's see. We will knock over a can. Come down here. Target frame rate equals 60 and vsync colon b vsync colon b equals false and show FPS colon B equals true. So these are binaries. Oh, and I need to do colon I after target frame rate for in an integer. There we go. Save, and here we are. Asia account. Let's see if that works. See if any of that worked. Or did I just screw up the thing? I just made a horrible mistake by not making a backup of the options files first of all. Anybody see a frames per second counter?
The world is growing colder.
Is there one up here? No, I don't see one. Is there one over here? Is there something here? Well, apparently that didn't work. So I only have one person that has an Asian account. Tactic Torn, last online a week ago, so I can't do a challenge a friend, which means we are saving up our gold for the next expansion. I need to win 3 games with any class and play rogue cards. And arena wise, interesting. I get another free entry to the arena. I wonder if that is true for the other ones too. So, solo adventurer. This is what I'm saving up for. Is I need 700 here and 700 here and 700 there, and then I want 3,500 on top of that, and that's kind of all I care about for the Asian account. Rogue cards. Rogue. Where are you? Ranked rogue, standard. Might as well play standard, which has got me lower. Actually, wild has me lower. Alexa says, I'm bored of Hearthstone already. If you go on live streams I go on your live streams because you're entertaining. Oh, that's a great compliment. Thank you. That is the one thing I strive to kind of be. That is entertaining or informative. One or the other. I'll take either.
You're back.
I am assuming the reason why we don't see a frames per second counter or anything is you probably have to exit out of the battle.net launcher too. I'll play with that later after the stream. But if I can get the game to render at 60 frames per second, that is ideally what I would like it to do. No more, no less. Just cap it at 60. Because what I'm streaming at and what I'm recording at is 60 anyways. I would much prefer it make it look good all the time instead of make it look better sometimes and worse sometimes. Taunt. Play this. These aren't rogue cards that I'm playing though. These two are. Destroy an enemy minion and return an enemy to the opponent's hand. Do you know the Pokemon Victory Bell? No, it's been a couple years. It's been probably a decade plus since I've done anything with Pokemon.
I'll give it a shot.
I think there is a Pokemon that looks like a bell plant. Is that one called Victory Bell? But if there's an actual sound of victory, I don't remember what it sounds like. I remember the background music in general for Pokemon.
Thank you.
But I don't recall a sound when you won. And my knowledge of Pokemon is pretty much first generation and nothing else. Like I know Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow with Pikachu, and that's kind of it. I could probably name some of the legendary birds. Look up Victory Bell, it says. Okay. I will look up Victory Bell here in a second.
I'll give it a shot.
What's that Pokemon? It's Victory Bell.
My echoes are eternal.
Ah, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
You will regret
Or
this.
I was probably thinking of Weeping Bell.
You will regret this.
Yep. So I know what he looks like now.
They'll never know what.
Job's done.
I found this new YouTube channel called Censored Gaming. I guess I can give him a little bit of a shout out. It talks about the minor censorships that happen in video games. And they did an offshoot where they were talking about how the lyrics of the Japanese Pokemon song are slightly different than the 4Kids version of it.
Here
And
we go.
in the beginning little animation of the first series of Pokemon, where
Let me
there's a
change
point
your
where Pikachu runs under this girl's legs and runs towards the camera, and in the Japanese version of the song basically says, "We'll catch the Pokemon wherever they are, even if they're in this girl's skirt." And the 4Kids version clearly
Here
left
we
that
go.
part out.
Thank you.
But it's probably that's 50% censorship and 50% localization, because it wouldn't have flown and it would have caused a controversy if they had translated that in English. Little things get changed all the time, little censorships. You probably should be upset about them, but I wouldn't raise my blood pressure. Alexa says the Pokemon is on the bottom left of your screen. Do you see it? Oh!
You will regret
Yeah,
this.
here it is. So I imagine Victory Bell is based on a pitcher plant or something. So there probably is a real world plant like that. I need to make a deck to play rogue cards. Rogue cards, rogue. Yeah, I was sitting there, Alexa's going, okay, I see it. I don't follow your logic at all, or understand your point, but I'll agree that I see it, and I know what it looks like now. Here you go. So I can play 16 of those cards and just autofill that deck. Back to this. See if there's anything new in the options. Nope, the options are still the same. No frames per second counter. Either you have to relaunch Hearthstone completely from the Battle.net launcher too, or something else is weird.
Can't escape my fury.
What's going on?
Watch your
Or the website's telling me a bunch of stuff that doesn't work anymore. Sinister Strike. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one, but keep this one because I am trying to get victories. This with this thing. It's probably a waste to play a poisonous this early in the game, honestly. I should probably just play my regular cards. Victory Bell is a real plant. I know very, very little about plants. That is most definitely one of those things that's not in my wheelhouse. Just do this. Let's see if I do this and that.
Here we go.
End the turn. You know, the funny thing about Pokemon is it really didn't lead to a massive increase in children having pets. If anything, it potentially led to a decrease.
Side effects? No.
A decrease in kids having real pets.
Here we go.
So, what could have been a very nice message of raising and having a pet didn't really get acted upon. Of course, I suppose it's good to know that that it didn't also lead to people
Here we go.
training their dogs to fight each other like in Pokemon. Alexa says, "Don't you miss Red Phoenix's riddles and singing?" Sure, I miss anybody that wants to fill the comments up. Regardless of what he was saying, as long as it wasn't majorly offensive. Every comment is highly valued by YouTube for some reason, and says that
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
4 cards in a turn. Force an enemy to deal damage to the... That wouldn't do anything. Spell damage, draw a card. I'm gonna take this one because this is a rogue.
Mother does love this face.
And let's see. Let's do this.
Here we go.
Is that a rogue card? I don't think it is. Now, using the hero power didn't count towards waking the guy up. Deal damage to the minions next to it. If I'm not careful, I won't be able to play this card. I used to live like I was under attack, dodging arrows from my past. I had no hope for tomorrow's. Feel so pressure and nothing. I got an armor now, feel no doubt. I think he's singing a song. I don't know which song this is though. Can I force this into me? Nope. Deal damage to it. Let's see what this does. It does
Here
nothing.
we go.
Interesting.
Job done.
Down, down, down. Lol, just JK. If people sing, they're gonna find out quickly I don't know half the songs. I've never been very much into music. And the lyrics of songs in particular. I discover most music by seeing it on a TV show and going, what is that song? And trying to look it up from that point. Finally got him back. I don't know if this card is really as good as it sounds.
Quickly.
5 damage. Alexa says, I know a song you will like.
Here we go. My hand is full.
So that's 13 of 30 rogue cards, and we're also trying to get victories of any kind. So maybe it's better to just play casual, standard, or ranked standards. Well, I guess I can't even do that. Casual. Alexis posts more singing in the comments. I get this feeling they're trying to trick me into singing half the time. I don't know what the song is though. Oh, I think this is a Justin Bieber song he's singing.
Valera versus Valera.
Watch your back. I always do.
I want to hold on to this guy, but I can't, so I'll get rid of it. Kofi said, when he tried to fight me the second time, my battery died and I lost the charger. I lost my charger. That sucks. Sorry.
Side effects.
Sorry that happened.
No.
It's alright. We got everything done eventually. I don't do anything without my phone plugged in at this point. I'm always using my phone so much that the battery's always drained anyways. I just mostly keep it attached to the wall via a charger.
This might sting.
Alexa says, yeah, it's Justin Bieber. I think he just recently accidentally hit somebody with his truck. A paparazzi was taking his photos and he was trying to leave, and he hit the guy, and he didn't run or anything. He called the police and waited for the police to come. What's that skull under the card? It's a death rattle. Restore 4 health to each hero. And I think Justin Bieber also canceled some... Actually, quite a lot of news about Justin Bieber lately. He canceled his concerts, and he was banned from China. Which,
Pay
okay,
attention,
whatever.
class.
I am ready to learn.
Here we go.
Give me a quest.
I am ready to learn.
It would be pretty awful if I started talking about regular world news though on Hearthstone. I don't think I would want fans that appreciated that. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and SS Sniper Walter are all over the news. And see, I still haven't figured out what is going on or why Jake and Logan Paul are on the news, and I had only heard about them because I think you told me about them. I saw them as one of the top videos on YouTube for like one day, and that was it. And I've never heard of SS Sniper World, so I have no idea what is going on. So why don't you tell me, Alexis, what's going on with all these people? Why are they in the news? I'll ask the question I probably don't care to know the answer to. That's not the news I watch. If I do watch news, I usually just turn on the news once a day to see what's happening in the U.S. politics, how that farce is going, and that's it. Kofi said, no, I brought him up. Oh, sorry. It was Kofi that told me about him. This deserves a well played.
Well played.
Deal 2 damage to an undamaged minion. I'm just gonna play this on myself.
Well played.
Alexa says, I mean YouTube drama, lol. Is that all it really boils down to, is just YouTube drama? Okay. That's all it boils down to. Level 3. But that was a casual player too. Alexis, wow, good game. Yeah. That's the problem right there, is a lot of people just don't want to bother to play ranked because they don't want to play against people that are desperately trying to get up the rank and don't know what they're doing, and they'd rather just sit back and play casual, which means instead of casual being the bad players, it feels like half the time casual are the really good players that just don't care anymore about playing ranked.
Watch your
14 attack is very applaudable. That's not just a fluke. I'm gonna hold on to this one and get rid of that one. But had I been able to play my card that would have stolen the character and switched that around, that would have been an amazing save. You've been very lucky. A lot of these cards for rogue like Sap and deal 3 damage to the enemy are are things you'd want to play right at the end of the game, not at the beginning. That way, you don't have this instance of well, you want to surprise it on them, I guess is what I'm trying to say is you'd like to do 3 damage when he only has 3 damage left, not 3 damage at the beginning where he has a very good chance of healing. Kind of like a rogue, stab him in the back and make it fatal. I can't believe earlier I got an OTK. Ooh, OTK.
Time to die.
Here we go.
What's an OTK? Kofi.
Reporting for duty.
My head's full of too many abbreviations for me to remember them. This and that.
Eat it.
Here we go.
And since I have a challenge a friend, that just means tomorrow I'll have to try and trade the challenge a friend again. And that means I've already lost 1 day's daily quest on this account. Not that that really matters, but it's a little irritating. I'm in the 1 turn kill. Oh. Ah. That makes sense.
Job's done.
Yeah, I'm in the odd position where challenge a friend is the 1 daily quest you don't want, where anybody else would totally love to have a challenge a friend quest. Let's see, deal 2 to an undamaged minion. And this and this.
Here we go.
And see if we can win. See if we can turn this into a victory.
Back to your homes.
Play this acidic swamp ooze, you won't enjoy that.
Here we go. Back to your homes.
Alexa says, you say you want to be known for news, yet you don't even know YouTube drama going on. I want to be known for video game news, and that's about it, because that's the level of my interest. I want to be the, I suppose, safe source of drama-free video game news, and I can't even really promise that, because there's drama that happens between video games a lot too. Mostly I want to avoid most drama because it's dumb in my opinion.
Here we go.
But I don't think any of those people like probably even deserve to be reported on. It's probably what I would very much just classify as not news. Like I've known people in my life that create conflict and drama every day of their lives, and I would never repeat anything about them because that's the attention that they probably want and don't deserve.
Let me think.
None may steal us.
That's totally
Back to your
something like
homes.
if I was going to hire somebody to make content on my channel as a secondary thing, if I was going to try to change my channel from being all about me to being just more of a group thing, I would certainly have the other person deal with all the drama news if they wanted to. Alright, which one can I play? Probably none of them.
Shadow strike.
Here we go.
Oh man, I could have probably won there. Darn it. I forgot I was trying to win.
Reporting for duty.
So many wonderful poisons.
Draw a card.
Here we go.
I still might be able to turn this around. Deal 2 damage.
Reporting for duty.
I just need to be able to do 1 more damage. Alexis, I forgot I was trying to win right at 2017. Isn't that right? See, that's probably a good clip to clip out for my greatest bloopers. And I need 1 more rogue card and 2 more victories. Hearthstone in particular, though, so often you aren't trying to win. Most games, yeah, it's very clear you're either trying to win the whole game or you're dying. There's no middle ground. But then in Hearthstone, you can totally just be trying to play rogue cards or something else. Accomplish some daily quest. I wouldn't mind if there were daily quests that literally were just lose 5 games. Lose 20 games. So that was the 1 rogue card I needed.
Discovery.
Inspire, gain 1 health, deal 2 damage to an undamaged guy.
Here we go.
So maybe on the 4th turn, if I could play this and keep it alive.
Here we
Attack. In the turn. It's probably not even the 3rd or 4th time I've said something like that too. Easily distracted. That's me. Easily distracted. It's also probably a very good argument to not live stream the other games I play because Those games typically are more difficult.
Here we go.
Well, at this rate, I think I might have it in the bag. Unless they're saving up 10 cards for some combination. This probably means that they're very late game. So I should
Here we go.
try to go for a quick victory and save this for a late game minion. Yeah, it's nearly 7 p.m. my time. I don't think we're going to 10 at this rate. I think we'll probably be finished in less than an hour if we're lucky. Let's see. 4. Do we play this? Or this?
Time to die.
Here we go.
Alexis asks, do I play Hearthstone when I'm not streaming, or do you play other games? I play other games. It's 8 p.m. for him. I totally play other games. I'm playing Wolfenstein The New Order right now. Trying to get that done. It's where I get all the content for my weekdays videos that air. Like, shows.
I wonder.
The only time I touch Hearthstone pretty much now is when I'm streaming, because there's been a lot more views because I'm streaming, and it's something that's slow enough where you can see I can kind of pay attention, but also pay attention to the chat. I can kind of talk about things too. When I'm playing other games, it's pretty much all my attention is needed.
Here we go.
Just to play the game and do some light commentary over it.
Here we
Go ahead and do this. Still holding on to this card. It is an interesting question to ask when adults normally go to sleep on average. Adults and teenagers and college-age kids. I imagine it's close to 11 or midnight for most people. It's not the crazy insomniac 3 or 4 in the morning that I usually go to sleep. But it's probably not also something like 8 o'clock that you might put a little child asleep at.
Here we go.
Should I play this card? No. Save. We're trying to win. I've already played all the rogue cards. This is for victory. If there was a pill you could take and you never had to sleep again, I would probably take that pill and then within 3 weeks completely regret it, because then I would just be bored out of my mind for 12 hours a day. But I imagine if I just forced myself to always be awake and it had no physical or mental
What to do?
detriment, then I, in the long run, would probably benefit from doing something like that. Alexa says, I'm a teen and I go to sleep at midnight. On school days, 10 p.m. Yeah, that seems about right. When I was in school, I didn't really, because of insomnia, I didn't really do any of that at all. There were times when I would just wake up in the middle of the night and do more stuff while nobody in my family was awake. Some people try to claim my insomnia is from having TVs and video games and all those distractions, but I had it way before there were any video games or TVs in my access.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
So we've got the late game here. But he hasn't played the late game. He must be waiting for a 10th turn. Either that or he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Here we go.
What time do you go to sleep? Usually 3 in the morning or around that time.
Already attacked.
Sometimes I'll stay up till 4 or 5. It will get really desperate if I stay up till 6 or 7 in the morning, because then at that point the sun is so brightly out that I don't want to go to sleep again at all, for just stay up for 48 hours straight. And I think I probably have a record of staying up like what would be 60 hours? Yeah, maybe I've stayed up for 60 hours. Maybe your insomnia is that you go to sleep too late, 3 a.m. Well, it's certainly a factor there. I try to go to sleep earlier, but it doesn't work.
Already attacked.
But yeah, that is a part of it, certainly. If I could go to sleep at 10 p.m., I would. What's the longest you've ever stayed awake? Mine is 27 hours. I think approaching 60 hours is the longest, and I did that by drinking a potentially lethal dose of 5-hour energy drink extra strength. Alexa says minus 36. This is really one of those contests where the person with the bigger number is the loser, though. It probably wasn't 60. It was probably closer to 50. But it was 2 full days of not sleeping. But that's not typically how my insomnia shows itself. It's not like I skip days all the time. Normally it just is I lose an hour on average every night. Alexa says make your room pitch black. My room is pitch black. As pitch black as I can get it. There are blackout curtains on every window. There is electrical tape on every single LED that stays on. For instance, the Xbox One controller, when plugged into a computer, has its LED on, so I put blackout tape on that. For the most part, it is as close to black as possible. I also have a weird thing where total silence doesn't work for me either, because I can't get total silence. I can hear cars driving 3 blocks away, so if it's quiet, then you get this, every now and then you'll hear a car rev its engine or something, and that'll wake me up. So to sleep, I kind of use a noise machine in the sense of having a podcast play on my phone all 12 hours of, or 8 hours of me trying to sleep, whatever it is. Kofi says I didn't use any energy boosters, so I guess technically I'm disqualified. I have an asterisk next to my record because I used performance enhancing chemicals in my 50 to 60 hours of being awake. It's hard to know how long I actually was awake, because by the time I was there, I could not think straight at all. I stopped thinking straight probably after about 36 hours. Yeah, and it's not something I'd want to repeat, so I don't think I'd ever do a marathon by myself. I'd be willing to do a few hours with 4 to 6 other people so that everybody could get 8 hours of sleep. Maybe I'd be willing to do that. I'd have to also know the reason why we were doing this marathon. There was this YouTuber that would do a Zelda-thon. It seemed like every 6 months with his friends they'd just play Zelda, and they kind of stopped doing anything else on their YouTube channel, so I just got bored with them and left. I kept wondering though if they were making any kind of ad revenue at all, because Nintendo claims like everything Nintendo like crazy. What server am I on right now? Asked Kevin Wu. I'm on the Asia server, trying to get victories. Force one to deal damage to its opponent. I just couldn't sleep one day, so that is 24 hours. I stayed awake during the day, so that's 12 hours. Total 30 seconds. 36 hours. No cheating, says Alexis.
Here we go.
I think I probably missed some opportunity to sleep in school, honestly. If I had tried that more often, I could have probably missed a bunch of dumb lectures in high school and elementary school. But I don't know if I would have trusted any of the fellow students not to mess with me if I was asleep, so that's probably why I never did it. They desperately need to change the school times to some kids having night school and some kids having day school, because people are just different and have different needs.
We are the sword in the
Have I tried sleeping pills? No, because they're addictive. Like, they probably would work just fine, but then you'd just be addicted to them. So what's the point of that? It's easier just to run my YouTube channel as I see fit and sleep when you need to sleep. Most sleep doctors... Kofi said, during year 5 science class I fell asleep during the biology section. So that's why you think the elbow is attached to the hip? I imagine studying to be a doctor, though, that's a lot more common than you would think. There's a lot of learning you're supposed to learn.
perfect. No.
Shadow strike.
Job's done.
I really don't know how doctors keep all of the knowledge in their head. I imagine they cheat a lot. I imagine they have a lot of notes and a lot of consultations with other doctors and specialists, and they learn the things that are coming up every day or every week, and then the other things get kind of filed into long-term memory. Let's see, restore 4 health to each person.
This might sting.
Get down!
A card is a 4. Yeah, Blizzard is out of ideas.
Here we go.
Well,
Here we go.
this is part of One Night in Extremis expansion 2 that is
Shadow strike.
intentionally built around having a lot of silverware and Beauty and the Beast style cards. Characters turned into silverware. I imagine it's one big ripoff of Beauty and the Beast. Lexa says, I think doctors just use Google. Well, I've found recently that you can go you can go pretty far with self-diagnosing yourself by Googling things. If you just throw out the ones that say you're gonna die, and if you're careful and objective about it.
Victory!
Here we go.
I also find that if you go to see a doctor and they don't think there's really too much wrong with you, they don't give you enough time to really figure out anything. They only want to spend 2 minutes with you at most, and then charge you a lot for the privilege. So typically I try to avoid doctors. This guy just won't play that 4th character.
Engaging TC-130
So
into this locator.
Here we
we'll have
go.
to just play this.
Job's done.
I think he's got a victory. Anybody online? Nope, still.
Well played.
Yep, we're in the sucky part. We are in the sucky part. And I can't switch out this challenger friend still. I think I'm going to put 45 minutes more on there. Let's break this recording up here. And then 45 more minutes to get 2 victories. And then we're done with the stream. Since everything else is done. Stay tuned if you're watching live. Otherwise, as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.